Hello everybody, welcome to the Vancouver Real Estate Blog. I'm Amara.
I'm Wilfred.
And today we are talking about zoning and the bylaws that kind of surround that. We're going to talk about what it is, why it's important, and give you guys a couple of examples just to get us all started. It's going to be a very general video on zoning since it's such a big topic. But if you guys ever have questions, feel free to reach out. We'd love to help you. We can send you some more information on it. And we'd be happy to help you kind of navigate that program a bit. So without further ado, Wilfred, what is zoning?
Zoning, so each property has specific zoning, right? And whether it is commercial, whether it is residential, they each have a specific importance. And we're going to touch on some brief examples so that you have a quick idea. But since it's a big topic, we're going to go and dive into it like in later videos. And why is zoning important, Amara?
So zoning is important depending on what side you're on. As a seller, it's going to be important because it'll add or take away value from your property. With a seller, let's say for example, you have a lot of land. If you're allowed to build, a high-rise building on there, high density, that's going to add a lot more value for a potential purchaser. Versus if your lot is maybe one where you're not allowed to build a new home on, or maybe you have an older home and you're not supposed to tear it down. For example, in kits we see that a lot. You're supposed to maintain and could sometimes do some small additions to them. Just again depends what zoning you're in. But some zoning has more restrictions and others have a little bit less. So you can see why that would add or take away some value there as a seller. And then just taking a look as a whole for how this could kind of impact the future of a community as a buyer is something that I like to look into. So if you're a purchaser and let's say that you're looking in, a community that has a lot of development yet to happen, or maybe potentially has a lot coming underway in the near future, I would take a look at what kind of zoning is in there and see if it's going to be more commercial, industrial, or residential properties being built. And also just seeing what the bylaws are around that. So if someone can completely tear down the row of homes beside you, or if maybe they're going to have to just add on and keep the character of those places. So there's a ton to it. Like we said, I don't want to overwhelm or scare anyone away. It's definitely something that we navigate every day, and we can help you with that as well. Is there anything you want to add kind of into that? I know we said we don't really want to scare them, but there's so much information that we're always happy to share. So
No, yeah. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. For example, in the city of Vancouver, if your zoning is RS, there's 7 different RS that you can fall into. So it depends where you live and the exact address that you have. But RS is for single family detached and duplexes. And then on the other hand, if it is commercial,
yeah, so for example, for commercial it would be C. And again, there's different kinds of C zoning. So it is quite extensive.
Yeah, 7 different ones for Cs as well. So that's why it's important to know and to look into it. And that's the only thing I wanted to add. Other than that, I think, like you mentioned, the cities sort of plan around the zoning because they want to make sure that it is a balanced community, having schools, parks, and also a good mix of commercial and residential. That's why they plan everything in the OCP, official community plan, which sometimes they do that decades ahead. And on that note, I think that's it for this video, right?
I mean, I think that's quite a bit of information to start with sharing.
Right.
Going forward, we will be creating some more videos that go into a bit more details. To form those, we'd love to know what you guys are wanting to hear more about. So comment below with either which neighborhood or which style of zoning you're wanting to learn more about, and we'd be happy to expand on that in the future.
So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Okay, bye guys.